Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and just this week we saw the Battlegrounds update go live in Hearthstone, which is always a major client update, and that usually has people asking. The next client patch update is always the mini set. Zeddy, when is that going to happen? When do I need to have my 2,000 gold? As you can see, that mini set for Across the Timeways in the collection is still missing. And yeah, there's stuff in the client and also the patch notes that give us a pretty good idea when it should be launching, and we can also talk about what exactly should you expect from the last mini set of the year, because typically they do something that no other mini set does, that could see a new quest, that could see a new Fabled card, that could see new dark gifts or imbue. We'll talk about all that, and of course, enjoy the content on the channel. If you like, I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Get the video likes, it helps the channel out a lot. So yeah, the mini set currently missing. If you're not aware of what a mini set is, basically halfway through an expansion's life cycle, which I believe there's 3 expansions a year, so 4 months, we get an infusion of cards that are technically a part of the expansion that launch with it. So like the Journey to Ngoro got a horrible mini set, but it costs like 2,000 gold. There's 4 legendaries, there's 1 epic, and then every class gets 3 class cards, and 2 of the 4 legendaries are typically reserved for a class, right? Rogue got one last time, kind of, I guess, and we got the Dragon one, which for Warrior, one of the best ones, really good. So when exactly should we be expecting this to launch? So our friends over at Hearthstone have this section of the all limited time offers, and basically this always gives us a really good idea of when the next client patch will come, which means when the mini set will launch, because basically tavern tickets are always tied to this. So if we scroll all the way down and find this offer, it will expire on January 13th, 2026, and that would be, yeah, roughly 2 months after the expansion launch, mid-January, shortly after holidays. That's kind of what we expect. Probably, you know, an announcement of that mini set the week before on like the 6th, 7th, 8th, something like that. Oh no, I said 6, 7. I better not see anything in the comments about 6, 7. So yeah, this tavern ticket bundle as well, expiring on January 13th. And if you needed more assurance that that will likely be the mini set day, if we go to their recent patch notes, which highlight all these events and all these other things going on, the last event that they outline will go from December 31st to January 13th. Likely on January 14th, the next event will begin with the next patch, which will likely be that mini set patch. So if you're looking to save gold, try and timeline to have 2,000 gold ready for January 13th, or you win one of our giveaways for a mini set, because I always do a giveaway for every single mini set. And if we look at what we could kind of expect from the mini set, we go into our collection outside of last year, which was the StarCraft mini set, which was completely different than what we normally get. And by the way, StarCraft will be rotating at rotation. We'll have a video about stuff rotating soon. By the end of the year, we'll do our year-end recap. But typically, the last mini set of any given year will incorporate the mechanics not only of the current expansion, so Across the Timeways, we could see new rewind cards. Maybe we get a neutral Fabled card, right? There's not one there, or a class gets a bonus one. That could always happen. What we should expect is incorporating the mechanics from other expansions. So I'll be really curious to see, would they ever dare to make a bonus quest a neutral quest? Would they ever do that? We've only seen neutral side quests. Would they ever make a neutral quest? That sounds like a horrible idea if it's good, because literally every class could run it. And you could already argue the mini set basically gave us a quest for neutrals, right? The Egg of Kelos, hatch it 5 times, you get a 20/20 taunt. It's almost like a quest in the way it functions. Very repetitive. You do the same thing over and over, but of course it doesn't start in your opening hand. Your opponent can just like hex it, transform it. Not exactly the same, but you kind of get the gist. So we could possibly see a new quest, but we could also see whatever the other mechanic. Wasn't it Kindred? We could see new Kindred cards. Will that get people excited? Kindred? Probably not, but we could see one, right? We could see a card with like Kindred and Dark Gift and Rewind. Oh wait, we already do. The Raptor Herald having absolutely everything. Yeah, we could possibly see that. And then of course, we already have the other expansion from this year, the Emerald Dream, which I think it might be a little bit more realistic to see like new Dark Gift cards, right? If there's anything new for Dark Gifts, you can always consider Wallow the Wretched getting buffed, right? And by the way, this is definitely going to be a card to look out after rotation because like all of its support is staying and it's like a win condition in itself and it's not super far off and constructed. But yeah, we could see a new Dark Gift. Maybe we see a new Wild God, right? They could do one new Wild God. They could, of course, make a new Imbue Class. They didn't do that with the last mini set, right? I don't believe mini set for this expansion, they added another Imbue. I don't think that happened. So they could theoretically reserve 3 class cards for one class just purely on Imbue if they really wanted to. I doubt that happens. To me, the most likely scenario we see is a neutral Fabled card. Even that might be a bit of a stretch. We already had one, to be fair, earlier this year in Fyrakk, Naralax, and Ysera, basically, right? That was basically a Fabled package for neutrals until it got nerfed, but it's still, I just hit Legend with Death Knight playing all 3 of those cards. They're still playable, just not as OP. But regardless, that's something you could absolutely consider. So I'd love to hear your guys' takes on like what kind of mechanics that we've seen throughout the entirety of the year would you like to see come back? Would you want another Imbue Class? Would you want another quest? I don't know. Those sound not super fun to me. That's also another thing about next year. I don't know how much fun if like all it's Imbue and quest is the meta. Is that going to be great? Who knows, but it's definitely going to be a very, very different year next year. All stuff to consider, to plan, or maybe they surprise us. Maybe they surprise us and we don't get a regular mini set because yes, last year we got the first ever StarCraft crossover mini set, right? We had never seen it. It had more cards, was more expensive, and is dominated or has dominated Standard and the Arena and, well, the dual class Brawl right now for quite some time. I doubt they would go that route again. And if they did, they probably would have hyped it sooner than now. Like if it was like Diablo, which you already saw in like Battlegrounds and Duels when it existed, RIP Duels and Mercenaries, right? You could try Overwatch. I think that's like the most natural crossover that we could still see in Hearthstone with a Blizzard IP is Overwatch. We already saw with like Audiomedic. There already been references to Overwatch in Hearthstone, so I doubt it, but I'll throw that out there. You never know. Maybe the end of the year every year will be a crossover from now on, but I kind of doubt it. Anyways, let me know what you guys would like to see, what mechanics you would like to see return from the prior set. And yeah, we'll see obviously next month, likely when that mini set's announced, we'll review all the cards and all that good stuff. But thought I would let you guys know when it's likely coming out so you can save that gold, get ready, and get hyped for hopefully some more not so underwhelming cards. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.